to the Bet Victor Top 6 show, the build-up to Arsenal versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. We've got lots to delve into this evening. We're having a Mo Salah conversation. We're going to take a look at Chelsea's struggles in the last couple of games. They've got a big London derby in the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday as well. But make sure that like button has been smashed. Do it right now. Yes, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Yes, Jason. Yes, Jason. And Jemima, and who else? Jeremy, I think the name's with J now. All hit that like button for us right now. We've got a really good show ahead of us this evening. I hope you're all doing very, very well indeed. Anything you want us to touch on and talk about, maybe some little odds with our partners BetFictor, make sure you're getting that done. I'm joined tonight by two brilliant panelists. We've got, of course, Football Terrace royalty in the house. He's dressed up tonight. He's here for this show and the match reaction. Man like Adam Charles, Big Goon is here. What you saying, G?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. I'm very, very good, man. I'm looking forward to this because I feel like I can be an ignorant Arsenal fan today. If we win, you're going to see the worst of me, guys. You're going to see that. But then on the flip side, if we lose, then I think I'm going to get the worst of you guys too. So
thanks.
Swings and roundabouts, you know? Yeah, and I didn't dress up specifically for the show. I was at work today, by the way. Just making that clear.
I hear you on that, top man. We're going to delve into that game later. I'm also joined by Man United fan Lies. He's here with us now. I was about to refer to your height or your nationality, and I thought I'd leave that alone. Did I just leave it? It's Lies is here, people. Lies is here.
This guy can't give me a break. What's good, people? I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous, excited, but we'll see. We'll see how this game goes.
We will. It's going to be an interesting one, viewers. I want to know straight away. Get your comments in. Who's winning? What's the score going to be? Straight up, that's what I want you to get done. We've got a few special odds for you tonight as well. There is a Football Terrace special that we've managed to convince Bet Victor to make even better. It was 5-1 on Monday. It's now 13-2 on Man United to win a trophy this year. That special is pinned to our live comment section and in the description below. At kickoff, that is going to change. It will change its odds at kickoff. So make sure you get that done. Javern's cracking up over there. I don't even know what he's laughing at. What did I say? I don't know. We have a super chat here I'm going to put up. This is from man like Donny James. It says, Terry May, Aaron here. Breaking news, Doncaster Rovers. Richie Wellens, new manager appointed in a fortnight. Warnock or Woodgate linked. I love it. I don't know.
Who cares about Salah, Henry? Who cares about all those guys?
Donny in the house. Donny's in the house. Listen, commiserations. Or maybe not. Maybe you didn't want to. Were you Wellens in or Wellens out? I didn't see that one. I didn't see it trending. No. I didn't see it. Imagine how it must feel to be a fan of a lower level club. You want your manager out, but literally it's like you and 6 other people too. It's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, commiserations there, my friend. Love that guy. Love that guy indeed. What are we starting on, boy? I've got TJ as well, production assistant at the Terrace in here as well. Time stamping us tonight. So them timestamps right at the end of the show. First talking point, though. I think we'll get on to Arsenal, Man United a bit later. I think we'll do that later. But last night, we saw again one of the great Premier League performances from Liverpool and indeed their talisman and their best player, Mohamed Salah. 2 goals. He broke another Thierry Henry record last night by having 21 goal contributions at the 14 game point of the season. Henry's record was 20 at this stage. So no one's ever got this many goals or assists ever in the history of the Premier League, 14 games into it. He's currently more efficient than Thierry Henry. He scores or assists in 89% of his Liverpool games. Thierry Henry, 88% of his Arsenal games he scored and assisted in. He's on track to match him with goals, to match him on assists or goal contributions in general. He's got a Prem and a Champions League. I need to ask this question today. How far away is Mo Salah from the GOAT conversation? And does he have a chance to surpass Thierry Henry as the Premier League GOAT if he continues to perform, deliver, score, and win at this rate? I want your thoughts and your feelings on it. I want to know what you think and feel, because for me, I think the conversation's got to happen. I think he's got a way to go to catch Thierry Henry. That there is no shadow of a doubt. 3 to 4 more years at this level, bare minimum. But he surely has to be knocking on that door, Lies, in terms of the GOAT conversation now.
I mean, I think you've just made a pretty compelling case, but I think the key words there are 3 to 4 years, because I know people will probably look at the trophy side of things. Thierry Henry, surprisingly, in fact, only won 2 Premier Leagues, right? I mean, I say only, but for a player that is universally known as the best player in the Premier League or regarded as such, that's not like an insane amount of league titles. You have players who've won 4 or 5. But I think with Henry, the difference is it's like he's not quantified by his trophies. He's quantified by his brilliance. What we saw, the numbers he was able to put up consistently being the best Premier League player every single season he was in the league. But the point is, and we have to be honest with ourselves, what we have seen from Mohamed Salah this year, and in fact, the last 3-4 years, ever since he joined Liverpool in 2017, is a player who is at that consistent level. I think a few years here and there, Van Dijk was kind of the best player in the league. De Bruyne had an amazing year 2 years in a row, but Salah has consistently been there while those two have faltered up and down. Pretenders have tried to claim the throne. He's always been there. I choose not to compare him to Henry yet, because I think you're correct in saying he is 3 to 4 years away from him. I look at Cristiano Ronaldo, Terry. I don't know if this is what you really want to touch on at this moment, but I think he's not too far away from him. And I said earlier in the season, the way recency bias works, the way people, you're only as good as your last game or your last season at a club. And I think people will really start to look at this current iteration of Cristiano Ronaldo, who, let's be honest right now, isn't as good as Mohamed Salah, and look at what Salah is doing week in, week out. And I think by the end of this season, if not next, he will be regarded as an all-time greater Premier League player. Not all-time better player, period, but I think he may well surpass Ronaldo this season or next.
Yeah, look, the recency bias thing, I think is clear. You know, he's Mo Salah's pomp years, late 20s, when most players are at their best, are in the Premier League. Ronaldo's, best years were at Real Madrid. So it's when you're talking Premier League pomp, I think that's a really fair point. You know, at sort of between 18 and 22, 23, that stage of Ronaldo's career compared to Mo Salah's, they're incomparable. Yeah. Mo Salah just wasn't at Ronaldo's level at that point, and he isn't as an overall player. But I have to be honest, Mo Salah is going into in terms of Premier League and what you do for Premier League clubs, he's moving into that top echelon of players, where the Henrys, where the Shearers, where the Wayne Rooney's, Alan Shearer, Henry, Wayne Rooney, Eric Cantona, I forgot the guy's name. The John Terrys, these types of players, they sit the very best of the best. Rio Ferdinand's, Paul Scholes, Giggs, these guys. He's moving into that category. It then just becomes about what else does he? And my question to people that don't think he's near it or don't think he'll get there is, but what else? There has to be something a player can do to surpass the GOAT. Like that for me is what makes being the GOAT so amazing, is that you've achieved something or you've done something in a way that's like the greatest ever. But there has to be a way to surpass it. Like, how far do you think Mo Salah is? Do you think he's in one of the greatest players ever in the Premier League categories already? Do you think he's got some way to go, Adam?
I think he's definitely in the conversation. If we think of it as a table, Mo Salah would definitely be at the table for sure. It's just about who's sitting at the head of that table. Currently, Thierry Henry, and like you lot said, there's been a lot of pretenders, a lot of people that have come for that throne, a lot of people that tried to jostle Henry off that thing. He said, nope, I'm still here. However, I think what has made Henry the GOAT for such a long time is that he captured the imagination of football fans. Correct. So it's not just the numbers that he's putting up. It's not just the fact that he's got all these stats that back up his brilliance. It's the way he did it. He's got moments behind him. You can all think about the moment where he played against Manchester United, flicked the ball up, hit it over Fabian Barthez' head. You think about the match against Tottenham where he ran the length of the pitch, fantastic goal. You think about another back heel, I think it was against the team playing in yellow, it might have been Leeds, I can't remember, hat tricks on hat tricks, all of those different types of moments, that's what Henry delivered. And that's why for me, previously I would have said Salah was never the GOAT. He's got the numbers, but he doesn't have the flair or the sauce to go with it. This season, he shut me up. The goal that he scored against Manchester City, beautiful. Goes and betters it the next week against Watford. And then he's scoring these finishes now that I'm like, right, I didn't actually know Salah had that in his locker.
For me, it's not even just the goals, right? Because I think Salah has always been an exceptional goal scorer. His first season in the Premier League, he broke the record. But I always kind of thought of him, and maybe this is just me being a hater, right? My Algerian side, I don't like the Egyptian, but I always thought of him, he's just a poacher, man. He's just a great goal scorer. This year, Mohamed Salah has added a side to his game that I never thought he had. He is a creative force. He's a guy who's holding off players for fun, back heels. Like, he's a complete forward at this point. And I think undoubtedly he's the best player in the league. He's probably the best player in the world at this current moment. And I think the key now is consistency. But Adam, this guy has been consistent all his career at Liverpool. Like, there's no sign of him slowing down.
Do you know what I would say? What you said there about Henry and the capturing of the imaginations, I think that's massive in this. And a massive part of being the GOAT is legacy. It's how you make people feel. It's how you influence the game. You know, I remember people wearing gloves in the summer saying they were Henry, like, because it looked like him. Eric Cantona with a collar. How many kids put their collar up as an example? I think there's almost a gimmicky element to it that's needed.
Or kids growing afros.
Hairy chest, I don't know, like, doing something, but like something along those lines. But I think Liverpool fans are going to play a big part. One, with you already mentioned recency bias, Lias, but also Liverpool fans are potent online. They are one of the strongest fan bases out there. They've got a huge presence in the punditry and journalistic scene. I think with recency bias being a real thing, you know, people remembering what Mo Salah has done more than Thierry Henry, with almost the element of having a new GOAT will also be or potentially a new GOAT, I think will be very appealing to the Premier League. It's marketable. The conversations that they're wanting to keep performing like this so they can have the conversations. It creates debate, exactly what we're doing now as an example. But Liverpool fans are going to be key to this. If Liverpool fans want their favorite players to be recognized, and I think the reason why he's slightly behind the curve in terms of the legacy conversation, it's only really been this year where I've seen Liverpool fans give universal support to him and say he is out and away far in front of everybody else. There was talk of him being too selfish in the past. A lot of Liverpool fans backed Van Dijk being better than him, but Mane being the better attacker as an example. You know, there's always 3 or 4 players that were put ahead of him as the stars of their team. He is now being spoken about as the star. For me, he's always been this good. That goal he scored against City, there's, I think, about 4 or 5 other examples in the Prem of him doing it, but they weren't pushed down the lenses. They weren't pushed down your phones. It wasn't this season. It's become the Mo Salah show. And if that continues for 3 or 4 more years, that recency bias thing you mentioned will come into play. And Liverpool fans are very potent and strong. There's only one thing that will stop him from being in that conversation for being the GOAT. I think he'll go into the category of one of the greatest ever attackers. There's one thing Liverpool fans will have to admit for him to be, because you can't be the GOAT of the Prem and not the GOAT of Liverpool in the Prem era. So they're going to have to admit, and I think, honest to God, I'm not, this is no cap, no salt. The day a couple of prominent Liverpool fans, and I think it's years away from happening, say he's our greatest ever Prem player, period. That's the day where a lot of heads start turning and a lot of conversations start. I think Liverpool Football Club as the fan base hold the absolute key to this. And I just look at Mo Salah as being that good. And I'm a Man United fan sitting there saying, people think I've got an agenda. Do you really think, like, Terry, you just want him to be seen as better than Gerrard? But it's like you ain't thinking it through if you think I'm being biased. Why would I want a Liverpool, like Gerrard being classed as Liverpool's GOAT? It's fine.
Saying it, in fact.
Are they already saying in the comments?
You already hit Stevie so much.
But think about it. Again, you're playing 1D chess. Your head's gone. You're not playing a game right. Imagine you think my agenda works. Terry is just trying to get Steven Gerrard to be knocked down a peg. He won't be knocked down a peg. He'll still be looked at as one of the greatest ever midfielders. Gerrard is not regarded by anybody as the greatest ever Premier League player.
Because he isn't.
Why would a Man United fan push an agenda to potentially get a Liverpool player crowned as the greatest ever player of the Prem? Why? It's nonsensical. Yeah. I'm being unbiased. I actually get very offended in some regards and upset in others when people go, you've just got an agenda against Liverpool. And I'm like, but I'm promoting one of your players as being amazing. I can't understand where the annoyance comes in, but that's the point. It just doesn't work.
I don't really get how any Liverpool fan could say that Salah or Gerrard is more of a legend.
Well, you know what it is, right? I think it's because he is Liverpool Football Club, right? Like, we know he is. He's a scouser. He come from the academy. He played there his whole career. He won them the champion. Like, he has that aura about him. He will always be Mr. Liverpool. But if we're being objective here, and we're looking at facts and goals and games, like Salah, man, if he's not already there, he's approaching that kind of godlike status at Liverpool Football Club. Yeah,
they need to give that man a statue. Like, he's put them back on the map.
I think here's the thing, though. We're talking statues. You need to win more trophies, and I think really that's the thing.
That's the thing for me. Legitimately, for me, the one thing more so than the moments that would stop me from saying he's beyond Henry, he has to add more. Henry's got 3 FA Cups and 2 Premier Leagues. If Salah starts adding and being a pivotal role, a top goal scorer,
which he would,
driving force, if he adds another Prem and another Champions League to that trophy haul, I mean, I haven't even looked at his personal awards because I don't think they're that important, because this week's proven it to us. Half the football world has said the Ballon d'Or's rigged. So if half of you think it's rigged, then we can't be taking it seriously.
Though, it's more so about goal scoring awards. Like, for example, he won the Golden Boot one time since he's been here, and like his numbers have been good. But Vardy outscored him one year. Kane outscored him last season. Henry, three Golden Boots in a row.
I get that. Leader. I do get that. But if he never wins another Golden Boot, but in the same amount of games outscores and out assists Henry, that's what would you rather?
If he does that,
but he's tracking to.
Yeah, no,
exactly. I do hear you. I think winning Golden Boots and the amount of goals he scores, when you're an attacker, like, I know people don't like stats, but when your job is to create and score, it's a bit like
it's stress, bro. Oh my God,
it's true, right?
Let me ask you guys a question, though.
Go ahead.
With the significance of the league that Liverpool won, do you really think that they need the multiple trophies?
Yes.
The reason I ask,
for what?
In order for Mo Salah to be considered the GOAT of all GOATs. Maybe another Premier League, I can give you that. But we always talk about how mentality is an underrated part of the game. The pressure that was on that Liverpool side to deliver, and the fact that they were being hunted down by Manchester City, Man City and other teams at the time, I feel like that alone should allow him again another seat at the table.
I can't lie. If he had won it the year before, maybe, but the year they won the Premier League, they were relatively unchallenged. They were. They won.
Asterisk.
I won't go that far, but like it's obviously every league title counts.
I do hear your point, and I think he does need more trophies. He does. There's no doubt. A few people saying actually Salah's got 2 Golden Boots
17, 18. I think is the only one yet. No, he shares one.
So he
with and Aubameyang. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Aubameyang got it. But viewers, what do you think? And listen, this isn't a conversation to disrespect anybody. I don't think he's there yet as the GOAT, or even in the debate for the GOAT conversation. He needs more time, more goals, more assists, more trophies.
Correct.
That's my opinion. But I'm very excited about him being on the way there. Some people may already think he's in that kind of category. Where do you rate him? Where do you rank him in relations to that? Now, smash that like button. We're going to move on to talk about a few other subjects soon. What I do want to take a quick look at as well, though, is the potential for Mo Salah to be winning the Golden Boot this year. You can see we've got the odds up on the screen now. He's the clear favorite at 1 to 2, on to get it. The next best favorite is Jamie Vardy at 10 to 1. 10 to 1 is Jamie. He's the next guy. Can you see anybody catching him?
Nope.
Let me see what Vardy is on.
I think Vardy's got
Vardy's on 9, Salah's on 13.
Yeah, bro. Nah.
Well,
Mo Salah's he's fake.
Yeah, I think it is Salah, man. The only thing I can think of is African Cup. If he goes far in that, he misses a few match weeks. But even still, do you trust Vardy to consistently? I mean, Vardy is great. I'm a huge Vardy fan, but can he keep the distance? I think Salah is the odds-on favorite for a good reason. I think he will win it.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the odds are in our description below for the Golden Boot winner. I would say now, if you're fancying having a little flutter on this and you think it's going to be Mo Salah, get it done now. Those odds are only going to get worse and worse and worse in terms of returns. But if you do fancy somebody to pip him at the post, maybe you are a Leicester fan, you think, I'm going to tip Vardy to go and do it. The odds are amazing right now with our partners, BetVictor. Go and check that out. Up next on the show, we're building up to Manchester United versus Arsenal this evening. Can't wait to delve into this. Make sure that like button is being hit. Make sure you subscribed and that you sign up to your BetVictor accounts. Let's do this. Now, Arsenal come to Old Trafford this evening. It's a game I want to win bad. I want to win tonight. So for so many reasons. They don't even involve Arsenal. They really, really
All
don't.
mine involve Arsenal.
Viewers, I want to know your take on this game tonight, how you thinking and feeling about it. But the first question I want to pose tonight is this. I see a tweet going around earlier on today, a number of gooners backing it. Should Arsenal be considered favourites for the top four, for a top four place to finish in the Champions League over West Ham and Manchester United? Adam, do you feel like you are or should be considered the favourites?
Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. The season is only, 13, 14 games old. That means maybe a third of the way through or something like that. There's a long season to go. Yeah. And just at the start of the season, we're all talking about how Manchester United are title challengers. We're talking about, West Ham are handling the pressure of being in Europe and playing in the Premier League. Like, come on, man. Football, it moves quickly, but not that quickly. Arsenal are not favourites for the top four. We will be lucky if we get top six. And that's why if we beat Manchester United tonight, you will see me celebrate like I've never celebrated before, because it's beating title contenders, or a team that should be title contenders. So for us, it's a scalp. We've got nothing to lose here whatsoever. Arsenal are not, and I repeat, are not top four contenders. Lucky to get Europa League. Sambi Lokonga, Tavares, these guys that are playing in our team. Listen, we don't have quality. We're just playing. We're just trying to do what we can, get experience for the next couple seasons, and that's it.
Terry, how do you prefer this stance or a current stance, for example, who takes a very energetic view of it? Downplaying it or overplaying
that's not
it?
down. That's fact.
You're
bro.
downplaying it crazy.
That's fact.
Lucky to make Europa League.
Of course.
What are we doing here?
Where did we finish last season, bro?
It's not about last season. It's about this season.
I look at it this way. I suppose for me, I don't really care how somebody thinks about it. What I care about is consistency of opinion. So if you think you'd be lucky to make top four,
yes,
or even top six, and you get a win tonight, that's like, that's like a big thing to celebrate. It's a shock result, almost, to a degree. What I'm finding frustrating is I've seen a number of gooners say we're the favourites for the top four, or we should be. I think we'll definitely make the top four. They will celebrate like crazy tonight, and if they win, and speak about how this demonstrates growth and progression of them as a football club. But if they lose, the narrative will be, but as long as we beat the lesser teams, we can still make the top four. So tonight doesn't matter. It's the changing of the narrative every 5 minutes to suit what they're saying. It's just boring. It's like I'm not saying you can't change your opinion, but the opinion can't. It's the outcome. Depending upon the outcome of the result changes what, with hindsight, what you think the severity of a game is, and that for me is a madness. And look, I look at Arsenal this way: Arsenal are not, as it stands today, they shouldn't be considered, and they're not considered the favourites to make it into the top four. Man United are. The squad of Man United is superior. The manager Man United now have is better than Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
And we are 5 points behind them.
I don't even know why this guy's laughing.
But however,
it's facts, bro.
We are. But then on top of that, though, the way I look at it is this: we have to win tonight. If you beat us tonight and have an 8-point gap, those odds change, because a 9-point swing is massive. I mean, I don't think people realize what an 8-point gap is huge.
Yeah,
an 8-point gap is huge. It's like winning a tennis match in straight sets. Yeah, straight sets and 2 or 3 breaks a set. It's a big margin for Man United.
This guy says Egal is not the entire Arsenal fan base.
Well, but then I ask this, but I'm asking the question because I see it trending across social media and people talking about it and people saying it's there. And for me, I just feel like these Arsenal fans are disrespecting the progression that has happened under Arteta. I think they're being disloyal to their own fan base by overhyping and then underplaying every 5 minutes. I've never seen this ever in the history of being a football fan.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, I will admit. But I think it's a symptom of where we've been at in our season. And I would implore all Arsenal fans not to forget the start that we had. And don't forget, this is coming around in Jan again, Don't get gassed, because when we have that run of fixtures, who did we play? Chelsea, City. When that comes around again, don't let New Year, New Me go out the window, because you'll be depressed again. I promise you will be depressed again. So I think we just need to take everything with a pinch of salt. It's great that we got all those hard games out of the window, and now like we're building up some momentum, but even then, it has to be taken in because this is not the peak Arsenal team that we're going to see. This is a very weird season where we're trying to build up synergy and dynamism and all that type of stuff. So let's just all relax.
Yeah, I don't think you're there yet. I think you've made improvements. I think Arsenal should be respected. I think Arsenal should. I'm not disrespecting you tonight. It's going to be a tough game at Old Trafford. I don't walk into it thinking I'm going to smash you up. It's just this incessant narrative that you're back, you've made it. You don't perform well against the bigger teams, and it's but that's not what we're here to do. That makes sense. Arsenal Football Club, when you are back, Arsenal Football Club, when you've turned the corner, become a competitive team at the top of the tree. Arsenal Football Club, like Man United, like Chelsea, like Liverpool, like City, we are not underdogs in the conventional sense of the word. We spend billions of pounds in the last 4 to 5 years, billions of pounds on wages and transfer fees. We spend more on our squads than some clubs spend, like than some clubs are worth in the Prem.
Yeah,
like Brentford, who beat you at the beginning of the season.
Even
your world record signing player costs more than their new stadium to build. Like that is the difference in levels here. And I think that the bigger clubs should be holding their team, their clubs, their squads to much higher standards. Now, there's always a trajectory. You can't be 10th place and expect to win the league the following year, but you've still got to be sitting there going, I'm happy if we don't beat the bigger sides, as long as we're beating Brentford, as long as we're beating Norwich 1-0. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think it's a fugazi opinion. And for me, I worry for the Arsenal fans that are more level-headed because you guys seem to get caught with stray bullets.
Yeah,
you're caught in a crossfire.
You're cheeky as hell, though. You're cheeky as hell. Talking about, let me finish. You're cheeky as hell because you're talking about we'll be lucky to make Europa League finish. Did you see us last season, brother? You spent 150 million pounds this year. I don't want to hear we'll be lucky to do this.
50 of that was on Benjamin White.
If you win what? Benjamin White suddenly he's not a good defender. Ben White, he's not a good defender.
I'm not saying he's not a good defender.
If you win tonight and you are 8 points ahead of United, who will they'll have a new manager bounce, and we may look much better because of it. But I also think it will take some time to acclimate with Ralf Rangnick. 8 points ahead of them. I think you can consider yourself favorites against West Ham and Spurs in that race. For me, yeah, why wouldn't you be favorites if you win tonight? If you don't, 2 points. We'll talk about it.
With an inexperienced manager and an inexperienced team.
Listen, man, 150 million pounds on a team that was supposed to be getting better. I don't want to hear anything about lucky to make Europa League.
I think it levels out. I think you level out of being in terms of favorites if you win tonight. I think that changes massively. There's a comment that I saw. I can't find it on the screen now, but it says that it's universal. It's not all football fans all have different opinions. It's not universal. There it is there it is there. It's a comment says all football fans share different opinions. It's universal, not just Arsenal. And I know it isn't just Arsenal, but we're talking about Arsenal, so it's specific to this. And I know I call out Man United fans that have, there's a United fan the other day that said he'd be happy for Rashford to be sold. I called it out as an opinion. It's like with fan media, like one of the biggest focuses we should have is what fans think and feel. Like to suddenly imagine like ignoring what fans think and feel. It's the whole reason this industry even exists in the first place. I find it very strange. But they're not the favourites right now. A win tonight, though, and they could be. And I want to ask you about tonight, Adam. Like, how confident are you feeling, though, ahead of tonight's game? The odds are up on the screen from our partners, Bet Victor. Man United are the favourites to win at 20-21. Basically, odds on to win.
Yeah.
A draw is seen more likely than an Arsenal win, according to the bookies. Do you think that's disrespectful, considering your recent record?
No, I don't think it's disrespectful. And I think because Manchester United have that individual quality, on any given day, they can turn up. Despite the form, despite what's been happening, you've got a goal scorer in Cristiano Ronaldo. You've got excellent playmakers in Paul Pogba, Bruno, all that type of stuff. You've got players who, on their day, if their mind is right, Scott McTominay, McFred, they can do something on their day if their mind is right. So really and truly, I think it is right that the odds say that Manchester United are going to win. Can Arsenal win? Yes. And I think if the system is right, and again, if we're on it, we can do it as well. But I think the most likely result is going to be a draw. But like I say, and I'll make it clear, if Arsenal win, I'm sorry from now, I'm going to be a belligerent and ignorant Arsenal fan. I'm apologizing. I'm sorry.
Become one.
And you listen, if an Arsenal fan didn't celebrate heavily after winning tonight, I'm calling you a liar. Like, as in, you have to be over the moon and happy. Mm-hmm. It's a massive win. It's important in the context of your progression. The 3 points are important in the context of your season. Equally, if you lose tonight, I expect disappointment. To sit there and go, I'm not feeling anything but happiness because we're still fifth, is a lie.
Part of the process.
It's gonna be intriguing to see. How about yourself, mate? Like, I know you've been waiting for this new. I know he's still not officially here, Ralph, but we know he's been involved. Like, we know he's involved. How are you feeling about tonight's game, Lias?
I'm nervous and I'm excited at the same time because I think what Adam says is legitimate. United has the better team. For me, by far, I think we have the much better players. And I think, especially under Ranić, like this promises to be a really good period under him. But whenever we play Arsenal, right, I think form and quality of players kind of flies out the window. And we've seen that so many times under the years. Terry, we used to beat Arsenal like in the tunnel, right? Just through the mentality that we had. I was watching a clip on Sky Sports the other day of our game against them, I think in 05 or 06, when Gary Neville was just slamming into Reyes from the side, and we're just crunching them, and we won the game. Yeah, we had great players. They had great players too. We won it purely through work rate, mentality. And I look at this game, right? And this, for me, goes past what United's form is, who they have up front, who's going to be playing in midfield. I want to see a reaction from these United players because it's been a very long time since they've won a game in the Premier League. It's been a very, very long time. You look at the schedule, the fixtures that we've had. It's scary when you look at our results. I want a reaction from a lot of these United players because we're playing an Arsenal team, right? I don't really rate their squad exceptionally highly, but I do rate that they are a tougher mentally team than they have been for a long time. This is a defensively resolute team. This is an organized team.
Yeah.
And I think they will go into this game. I think their record, especially at Old Trafford, is exceptional in recent years. I don't think they've lost since 2017, I think. 2017 or 18. It's been a while. So I want to see a reaction from these guys because if they expect their quality to take over this game and just win it because they have the better players, we're screwed. I want to see a huge reaction from United tonight because quite clearly we go 8 points behind, we're in trouble. I honestly believe that. But if we're able to bring it down to 2, I think Ranić has enough quality to bring us.
Yeah.
So can I just ask, which fan that we know said that Bernardo Silva's finished?
Oh, it was like David, I think.
Because someone just said that I said that.
No, it wasn't
I've
him.
never
It's not
ever
Adam.
said. Bernardo Silva is world class and always will be. It wasn't me, bro. It was another black man. Thank you.
Look, I look at it this way. I mean, someone is saying Terry is just trying to get Arsenal fans to say they will make the top 4 so that he can take the pressure off United. I didn't make the claim, bruv. Arsenal fans have been making the claim. I've said I don't think they are. If you're an Arsenal fan, you believe that you are, then you're fair to have it. We're just having a conversation about opinions. That's what this is about. United will win tonight, though. Man United will win. No.
What makes it so, how do you say it like that?
You said it's like a fact.
Yeah.
United's going to win.
Yeah.
Man United will win tonight. Man United will... I'm not saying we're going to be convincing. We're not going to trounce you. We're not going to batter you. I think we'll win tonight. The noise and the atmosphere at Old Trafford is going to be too potent for Man United to lose. Too potent, too energetic, too noisy, so much excitement. It's going to carry the play. We don't even have to play at our best. The ball is going to be dragged into the net by the Stretford end tonight. That's what we're going to do. And that's no disrespect to Arsenal. It's only going to be a narrow win. It'll be a 1-0 or 2-1 or something. I predicted 2-1 in the predictions. I think we'll get it done. But to Lias's point, it's so important for Man United tonight. To go 8 points behind Arsenal, it becomes a very, very difficult task for us to make up. Also, a very embarrassing situation for Arsenal if they do get surpassed after having that lead. West Ham are choking a little bit right now. We'll move on to them a little bit later. They've been struggling to finish games off. There's an opportunity here for Arsenal. And as a Man United fan, even in the early days of Ralph, when he's not even the coach yet, I expect a squad of our quality to stop Arsenal from beating us and to ensure that we don't go 8 points behind. That we are elite level football clubs, and that's the expectations that we should hold our clubs to. And I'm putting that pressure on Man United already to come again.
I want a reaction.
A big reaction is needed. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Not Adam. Terry, I have a question for you though. You're talking about the fans need to be buzzing. Stretford End has to suck in a goal or 2. What do you feel? How do you feel about the news that they will be unveiling the Oli banner at the start of the game? I'd love to hear your opinion on that.
What's the Oli banner? Just
so they will be not releasing, right? A banner saying 20 legend or whatever, but like 0 LE will be put in gold to kind of make it Oli. It's going to be going across the stadium basically to commemorate his amazing tenure as Manchester United manager.
Sick.
So is it a new flag?
Yuck.
I don't know if it's a new one, but it's the one. I mean, everyone
So
has seen the banner that says 20 Legends.
Yeah. So if it's the same banner, look, I look at it from this point of view. I personally wouldn't have done it, but the Stretford end is an important part of Man United. It's a very important part of Manchester United. It's the stand that you want to be in. They're the noisy section. That they care. It's their choice. It's interesting the way I look at this. I defend people that do fan cams as let people live, let people support their club the way they want to support their club. The same people that say that are the ones that are angry over this flag going out there. For me, it's like, let those fans in the Stretford end support the club the way they want to support the club. They want to support Ollie. So I don't feel about it anyway. I don't feel embarrassed by it because to the point I already said before, if an Arsenal fan has a really weird opinion, Adam, it's not on you.
Nah, bro, I don't care.
You don't.
Well, actually, no, I do care because then I'll be tarnished by that opinion.
Do you feel embarrassment for it?
Only because of the way it could come back on me.
Okay, so again, I'm a little different to you then. I don't ever feel secondhand embarrassment, if that makes. If a Man United fan tonight, that's like, if a Man United fan streaks on the pitch tonight and he's got the smallest pecker in the world, as a Man United fan, I don't feel bad, right? That's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, that doesn't.
But you might if someone said, "Ha, all Man United fans have small."
But I know the truth, G. So I'm good.
Sorry.
Right? No, what I'm saying
Victor
is,
show went PG-13.
So I'm all good, but I think I'm not that bothered by it, really and truly. Let those fans support the club the way they want to support the club. I'm not going to get angry about it. I'm equally not going to go, oh my God, that's the most amazing gesture ever. He is a Man United legend who tried his best and who failed. Some will say he's left us in a better position. Some will say he hasn't. I tend to think that he's done a lot behind the scenes. They've told us he's done stuff behind the scenes, but I'm more concerned about what the club does moving forward, how the ball operates. I'm not hell-bent on the manager. So for me, I'm definitely not angry, but I'm also not sort of going to shed a tear over it either because I'm just not that bothered either way.
Bears.
It's just one of them ones for me.
What do you think?
What about you?
I mean, personally, I think it's a little dramatic, but I think you're pretty much spot on, right? I can't disagree with anything you said. You got to let like the same people who say let fan cameras do what they want, let this and that do what they want. Go ahead. No one's gonna stop you.
Yeah, I think again, it's what I love is the hypocrisy of people. Like, let man live, let me live and do what I want. Let me support the club in the way which I want to do it. We shouldn't have to all support Man United the same way, and then the opposite people do something you don't like, and there's outrage. That's people, isn't it? That's people. That's the bit for me. But yeah, it's as you say. I agree with your wording. It is a little bit dramatic. It's a little bit over the top. Like, he ain't dead.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when VVD injured his knee. It reminds me of that, and like the way it was being discussed was like
Terry, don't do
like there was a passing.
It's like when Gundogan got injured and they were like
t-shirts. Yeah. Like I think it's in that same ballpark where it's like I think it's a bit unnecessary, but you do you, I'll do me. Do you know what I mean? Next time I'm at Old Trafford, if I ever go back, if the Glazers ever fix up and I go back, I'll sing Ollie's name every game. That he has at least 2 songs that get sung every game, or his name's in at least 2 songs. I'll sing his name, but yeah, it's a bit. I wouldn't have done it myself.
Why wouldn't you have done it though?
It's a bit. Do you know what it is like? If I break up, if I end my relationship with my missus, but then I start going on Facebook and leave a parting message. We're over. But these are some of our best moments. Thank you. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Like,
I also think like, listen, we gave him the interview at the end already. I was like, okay, he just left. You're already giving him a goodbye interview, but fair enough. And I just feel like this on top of it, I feel like we got to move on. Like it happened. There was some highs and lows of the last period, but the season's not over, man. We're in December. It's not like, again, he's not dead. Like he's that might sound insensitive, but I just feel like let's go, man. We're aiming to be an elite level club. We got to fix our season up quick. We ain't got the time for that. But anyways, I respect as well the view of let people do what they want to do.
Yeah. I'm kind of in that space. But then the irony in it is they'll probably hear that little bit of this show and be like, they're laughing at us. They're saying we're dramatic. This American is telling us
he doesn't get the ideals of the club.
I know. The irony in all of that.
United DNA, fam. Oh.
Yeah. Do you know the irony in local fans get annoyed with like of big clubs who get annoyed with like outsiders is that your club wouldn't be the size it is without the out of towners. If the only people that support Man United and bought Man United products and bought sponsors products were from Manchester, you'd be what City were before City got taken over. You'd be an average sized club. Man United grew because of its appeal nationally first, and then internationally. You know, I remember watching a documentary about Old Trafford and how Sir Matt Busby bought boxes to English football. He'd seen them in America and bought these boxes in. One of the reasons I read in a different book how Man United, one of the first teams to innovate like pre-season tours, and then clubs started doing it. They got the idea. Pre-season tours were, yes, to get fit, but when people started traveling away, it was to grow fan bases in other areas. Exactly. Man United fans almost sing a song as well that includes the line like about local people coming to watch Sir Matt Busby's team play football in different parts of the country. I can't remember the lyric of the song now. I really should know it, but I don't. And we have a famous song that's been around for over 50 odd years, which is all about how Busby's football was so good. People from London, Cornwall, Newcastle, wherever would watch it and go, wow, I want to watch that team play again. So you did all those things to grow the club, and then people moan that the club's grown. It's weird to me.
The same ones who claim that, who flex that they're the biggest club in the world. Well, you're only the biggest club in the world because of the fans around the world too.
Yeah, it's literally like. I also love clubs that are not as big that say things. I remember once getting all this jib off a Chelsea fan. He was like, glory hunters, most of your fans are not from like local and all this. And then I was at Stamford Bridge and I took pictures for him, and I looked around the stadium and I saw like Belfast Supporters Club, Malta Supporters Club, American Blues. I saw maybe 40 flags from different parts of the world, like supporters clubs, and I'm like, right, okay.
Chelsea's a huge international team.
Huge,
huge right now. Yeah.
Huge. It's a crazy one to me. In terms of tonight's game, though, people, what are we saying score prediction wise? What are we saying is going to happen tonight?
Go ahead.
2-2.
2-2. Yeah. I think 1-0 United. I got a feeling a 1-0 United win is coming. How about yourself?
2-1. I've gone 2-1 for the last couple of days. 2-1 Man United. Yeah, Man United. I'm not Arsenal above. 2-1 Man United. I'm actually going to put the odds up on the screen here. See if I've done this right. That worked? Hey, there we go. So I've got a monitor up there. That's why I'm looking up there. Jerome, can you put the comments down so because then they've stopped flowing on the big screen so we can't see anything new that comes up. I'm going to go with, I've got to change this screen on my end. There we go. Right. I'm going to move this around. So I'm 2-1 to Man United. It's 8-1 as we can see there. It's pretty good odds. It's pretty good odds.
I'd go with that over 1-0 then, yeah.
2-0.
But how about I be brave and do a 3-1?
Terry, let me tell you something.
3-1 Man United.
If you got money, put it down. Back your chat. You said Stretford End's going to suck in the goal. Back your chat right now.
£50 I'll put on it.
Damn.
No, I'm joking.
You've been good recently.
Let's do it.
No,
Stretford's going to suck in the goal.
I'm going to go with 2-1.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to put £15 on it. £15 correct score. 2-1 to Man United. I'm locking that in now. You can see it being done on the screen, people. These odds are still available up until kickoff. They'll change when kickoff happens. The links are all in the descriptions below. Sign up to your BetVictor account now. Remember to be over the age of 18 and always gamble responsibly. But I also want to put, like, correct scores are difficult. We might win and it go elsewhere. Arsenal 2-1 there. Little 14-1 boosted bet, as you can see. To actually win, if we just go to like the popularity side of things here, I want to look at this. Ronaldo to score and to be carded versus Arsenal. 12. That's a good bet, isn't it? 12-1. That's a good bet.
Ronaldo to score and be carded.
And get a card. He's quite petulant. And
Rashford is going to score tonight. I don't know how the odds are looking for him, but I see Rashford having.
What are we saying here? Maybe we should launch the bet builder. Maybe we should launch the bet builder here. Right. So this is we can actually build a bet live on the air. So what we can look at doing is, first of all, do match result. Who's winning the game? Man United, Arsenal, or is it a draw?
United.
We're going to go 2-1 here. United.
Yeah.
Like, United then. Cool. So let's add another section in the bet in the bet builder. What we're going to go with? Will both teams score or not?
I have 1-0, but if you have 2-1, I mean.
Both teams
are scoring.
So we're going to keep both teams to score is going to be a yes. It's going to be.
I'll respect them.
It's going to be a yes on that. So we're going to keep that one in there. We're going to add another section in now. Let's look at the amount of goals. So we'll look at team goals here first. So Man United, right? We're going to select. Let's kick the match. Is there going to be more or less than 2.5 goals?
Yeah, there will be.
So 3 or more goals in the game.
Someone will win, and if you guys think Arsenal will score, then it'll be 2-1. It won't be a 1-1, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, more.
Yeah, go more.
So more than 2.5 goals, exactly or over. We're going to go to. Sorry, we're going to go to over.
Yep.
That on there. So we're still there. We need to add something else. We need to add a bit more spice into this as well, right? We need to
add
add
the Rashford one. Or you want to go like a corner or a card?
No, I want to go with cards here. I want to have a little look here. We'll go with team. I think it's going to be a feisty game tonight, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with over. I'm going to go with over 4.5 cards.
Wow.
That's only 5 players across 22 plus subs. I think it's going to be high.
I won't go that high. I honestly don't think so. I think
You don't think?
I'd go 3.5.
You think 3.5?
I think that's more realistic.
If you want to make it tasty, I'm saying Scotty McTee to get sent off or something stupid like that.
You're wild, G.
How about that? Scotty McTee.
I think that's good though.
3.5.
Yeah,
There we go. So we get 17 to 4 as the odds on that. We click on this here. It's created the bet. We put it in there, and I'm going to stick a little £10 on that. I like what we've created.
What's your like? What do you win if you put £10?
£10 gives you about £52 back.
Hey, that's nice though.
They're not looking. That's not.
Nice.
It's not like a.
So you need Ronaldo to score. You need
No. This is Man United to win.
Yep.
Both teams to score.
Yep.
Over 3 or more goals in the game, essentially, and over 4 cards of sorts.
That's
It's not a bad bet. It's not a bad bet at all. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you've watched what we've done. You can copy this as well before kickoff today. Links in the description below. But I'm securing that bet in now. That is done. That is signed, sealed, and delivered. I want to keep talking a little bit about Man United for a minute because I want to ask you this question, Adam. Man United to win a trophy under Ralph this season, doable, achievable? What do you reckon?
Even before Ralph, it was doable and achievable, if I'm being honest. I think the way the Manchester United, as the game started to unfold, the way United was set up, I think lent itself more to cup football than it did to a sustained league campaign. So yeah, I certainly think you guys can win a cup. Whether you win the Champions League, bit of a stretch, but it is Ronaldo's competition after all. So why not? Why not make it a?
Hasn't been his competition for 3 years. I'll just
a 5th time with Manchester United. Would it be 4?
Wait,
5? It'll be 6.
It'll be 6. Yeah.
Fly, bro. Make it a 6th time for you Red Devils. Anyway, yeah. So you could do that. Probably could win the FA Cup. Why not? Yeah, I think a trophy. It's not without out the realms of possibility. Do it. Why not?
How about yourself? Do you think that kind of success can be yielded, Lias, this year under Ralph?
Why are you smiling, Lias?
I'm not smiling. I'm thinking because we're not in the Capital One Cup. That would have been a pretty good chance of winning success. We do have the King of the Champions League, but I don't think that this team is capable of winning the Champions League this exact season. I just think that there are better teams than us, and by a good distance as well. But the FA Cup is an interesting one. I do hope that almost we don't, because I feel like if we concentrate on the FA Cup, does that mean that maybe we don't make the top 4? I don't know can we get both of them in the same season? I want to prioritize the top 4 over the FA Cup. But this team is capable of winning the FA Cup. Absolutely. And I think you're absolutely correct. This team was already built for knockout football. They are capable on their day of beating the best teams. The FA Cup obviously doesn't have the likes of to be honest, they'll have Chelsea, Liverpool, and City. Just not maybe a Bayern or a PSG. Yeah, there's a good chance that they can win the FA Cup. But if you ask me, I'd obviously rather make the top 4 than
you lot can smoke PSG. It's not even a problem.
Listen, you said that last time when we played Watford, right? And look how that ended up.
Yeah,
so let's just take it one game at a time.
That's Oli tax, bro. That's Oli tax.
we have one win in like 40 right now. Let's just take it easy, one game at a time.
Yeah, look, I think we've got a great chance. I think we've got a really good chance. We actually have a special that we put together with Bet Victor, actually. You see this on their app and on their website, Football Terrace Special. Name up in lights here. Man's laughing.
Why are you always laughing?
I don't even get it. Right? 13-2 are the odds. So if you bet £2, you win 13 plus your £2 back on United winning a trophy. Now, these are boosted. You're not going to get these odds again at any point after today's game. Once kickoff happens, they're going to shorten straight away. If Man United go on a good run of form, you're never going to anywhere near these odds. I'm going to have a little bit of a go on this for that particular reason. I'm going to give that a little bit of a go now. I'm not going to put a huge one on because I've already put a few on tonight. I'm just going to put a little cheeky £2.50 on Man United picking up a trophy under Ralph. I think there'll be a bit of a feel-good factor. I think there'll be a bounce. We've seen us do it in the past, but it's going to be intriguing to see what happens. That is the Football Terrace special that is available right now. The link's pinned into our live comments section and is also in our description as well.
Smash that like button.
Absolutely. A super chat here. This made me laugh. It says, Terry, let fans support the way they want. Also, Terry, fans can't play down if they lose.
Aha.
It's a good point.
Got him.
Got me. Yeah, listen, I hear what you're saying. I think there's a difference between where my point stands is if someone pulls out an Ollie flag, but then at the same time says, well, I'm not bothered that you got sacked. That's the difference in this. You know, you can support the team however you want, but you hypocrisize yourself if in one breath you say tonight's game doesn't matter about our progression and doesn't matter about our season, and then you celebrate it and use it as a tool to say it makes us more certain to get top 4 and it shows we've turned a corner. That's the fundamental difference. I'm challenging your opinion as opposed to the way you support your football club. So they are very, very different things. But good attempt to catch me out there, my bro.
Do you have team news?
It won't be yet. It's going to be an hour. It's about half an hour until that happens. We do have another super chat here that I wanted to find. It says, better not be playing today. Delo better not be playing today. I've read that as don't.
I think Wan-Bissaka was not part of the team that was mentioned that traveled to the squad.
Cooking. We're cooking. We'll be conceding. If he's in that team. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about Chelsea and everything that's been going on with them at the moment. Take a look at West Ham, the top 4 race. Everton maybe need a new manager very, very soon as well. Stay with us. Smash that like and share button. The quick fire round's coming up soon as well, where you can throw in any questions you want, members and super chatters, about any subjects currently going on in football. Make sure those like buttons are being hit, as we always say. Let's do this. So Chelsea picked up a hard-fought victory last night against Watford. West Ham dropped more points. They play each other on Sunday, 12:30 kickoff. What are you saying, Lias? West Ham to bounce back and cause a shock, or
Stamford Bridge?
The London Stadium?
West Ham. Okay.
What are you saying?
Last time I predicted a Chelsea result, I got it drastically wrong. I think I said Leicester could snatch something, and that clearly just didn't happen. I think Chelsea will win this game, to be honest with you. And I know you asked me earlier, Terry, when you were prompting this show, what do you think of West Ham? Are they going to fall off? I don't know, man. I think Chelsea are clearly the better team. And they have kind of been shaky recently, but I prefer to look at it almost as if this is a tough part of Chelsea's season, and they're showing title credentials by being able to still maintain their league, no matter who they're playing, no matter how they're playing. And West Ham will be their toughest test that they've had for a while, even with United recently. But I think Chelsea will get this done. And I think you will see Lukaku return to the lineup. And I think this is a game where they're going to need him. West Ham are a physical team. They're a very tough team to come up against, defensively organized. But this is why these are, for me, the games that Lukaku came to sign for Chelsea. Because everyone is looking when they beat Norwich 7-0, do they need him? Maybe not then. But in a tough game against West Ham at the Olympic Stadium, they are in decent form. This is where you need Romelu Lukaku to show up, and I think he will.
How about yourself, Adam? What are you saying? You confident? I mean, there's a few Chelsea fans that are being a little bit negative at the moment there.
Why?
I was reading, I've seen most of the spaces I've seen and sort of callers yesterday. I'm questioning Tuchel on this, and he rotated too much, and we desperately need a striker. Do you feel like
let's bring in a striker?
Like they won. I mean, do you feel like West Ham have got a legitimate big chance in this game, or just think Chelsea are just too good right now?
West Ham have a chance because they're playing very good football. David Moyes has got them organized excellently. I just don't see how West Ham do it. I was sitting there thinking about it. The 3 centre-backs or 5 defenders, however you want to put it, versus Antonio. Like, who's he going to come up against? Rudiger likes the physical battle, so he's going to relish that. Thiago Silva's not a prick, so he's not going to be easily chiefed. Where does he get his joy? Against who's used the right-sided centre-back? Even Chalobah right at the moment is playing. I just don't see how they do it. Midfield, Chelsea have got too much quality as well. And we already know about the generational talent, Callum Hudson.
Can I read you guys a stat, by the way, about Lukaku? In 15 appearances against West Ham, he has 11 goals. This is his favorite opponent in the Premier League. I'm telling you, man, these are the games that you sign Romelu Lukaku for, because it'll be a tough game. Yeah. It'll be a very edgy game. But Lukaku, man, against these big West Ham center backs, I think...
He hasn't scored in a minute, though.
He hasn't, but, I mean, listen, he's not going to not score for the rest of his career. I think this is the game where he comes back in the 11 and wins Chelsea the game.
Fair. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I think Chelsea fans are being so dramatic,
Yeah.
so over the top. I actually can't quite believe the level of scrutiny that some have been given Tuchel in the last 24 hours.
It's
I think there's
crazy.
panic. Yeah, Liverpool have looked scintillating in the last 3 Premier League games. There's no shadow of a doubt. Doesn't mean like that's not the season over. Like you're still top. You played poorly against Watford and got the win. You were brilliant against Man United, but you just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. It's a couple of shaky games and you still walked away with 4 points. It's for me, if I'm a Chelsea fan right now, I'm buzzing about this. If I'm a Chelsea fan right now, I'm excited about the fact that we had some poor moments, but we still came out of it smelling of roses.
Yeah.
It's when you go through those pieces, those trials and tribulations, and you walk away with poor draws, as in drawing or losing to Watfords and Norwiches and Brentfords. That's when you start to worry and complain, and they'll click again. Chelsea, they went through that period when Lukaku got injured, where they were banging in goals left, right, and centre. They had a few poor games. I think it's equally as ridiculous to think that Liverpool are going to be this scintillatingly good in every single game remaining of the season,
which they haven't been.
Even in Liverpool's title-winning season, where they won it by a landslide. I remember the amount of times Liverpool fans phoned the show going, got lucky on that one today, lucky here, lucky there. It's part of winning titles. Arsenal, the greatest ever Prem season, Invincibles. The amount of times you guys didn't deserve victories or draws, but you got them. But do you care?
Got a lot of them.
It's crazy. I don't know what it is with some Chelsea fans. I think they're playing it down. West Ham are always going to level out. They are a top 6 team at the minute with the way they play. Yeah. But we'll see the same thing happen to West Ham this year as it did last year, as what's happened to Leicester in the last 2 years. The cream rises to the top. They're just not quite good enough to maintain it. And I think this could be another sore result for West Ham. I think Chelsea will go there. I think it'll be one of those games that isn't scintillating to watch, but it will be a 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah. They'll take that early on a Saturday, rest of the weekend for Chelsea fans to sit back. Yeah. And this is an interesting weekend. It's a rare weekend where every single member of the top 6 has a very winnable game. Yeah. None of them are playing each other. Yeah. Chelsea probably have the hardest game, if I'm being honest, away at West Ham. They win that. That's the one thing I'd say, though, where it's important to win is because everybody else has got winnable games in that title race.
For Liverpool. This is the thing with Chelsea fans, and I completely agree with you, Terry. United being super exaggerating. Like, this is the way Chelsea, in fact, have always played. They have, even under Mourinho when they were at their best, even under Conte when they were at their best, they were never playing an unbelievable style of play that was easy on the eye and you wanted to go as Chelsea every week. They would grind out results. The year they won the title in 04-05, they conceded 15 goals. I promise you all those games weren't 5-0 the way Liverpool wins games. You have to accept that this is what Chelsea has always been. They have had their seasons here or there where they look like the best team on the pitch every single time, but at the end of the day, you guys will not play like Liverpool. You won't play like City. This is who Chelsea are. It's who they've been under Tuchel. They're going to win the majority of games. And even if it isn't the most easy on the eye, you don't get an extra point on top of the 3 if you win a game of style, right? Sure. You earn 3 points whether you win beautifully or win playing like crap. So for me, Chelsea, this for me as United fans, Terry, it makes me think like, even once Oli is gone, if Ranić is to win the next 6 leagues in a row, United fans will never be at unity with each other. There will always be something to complain about. Chelsea fans, man, just enjoy the ride.
Oh, I think this is what football is going to be now. You're never going to get, because people care about, and it isn't a football thing, it's a societal thing. Instant gratification and personalization is what everybody wants. And when you don't get things instantly and in the way in which you want them to look and think and feel, everything's customizable. Everything is. I remember having a conversation with someone at work, and she was like, I don't like anything to be customized. It's personalized to me. And I'm like, well, your answer in itself actually does. You're specific that you never want anything personalized. That's the customization. That's like, but you're putting your preference out there still. Everyone's preference has probably been taken more seriously now than ever before in the history of mankind. And that's a little bit deep for a football show.
No.
But it translates into football. It translates into
the thing is too of Chelsea.
It translates into football because it's like, I'm winning, but I'm not winning how I want to win. I'm not winning in a way that suits me because of the kind of football I like outside of my club, which is why I've always put club above football in some respects, because then my club winning is the most important thing, not how we play, not that we get recognized as having the best football in Europe. I think when you hold your standards to that degree, you almost set an almost unachievable bar. When you think about the fact that normally once a decade, there's a team emerge who leaves a legacy in football where it's looked at as great champions, great winners, European Cup winners, and they leave a style of football that people remember for 50 years. Like, you're almost setting yourself up to a point where you're never going to enjoy your team again. Yeah. It's crazy to me.
I just look like, for example, one of the comments that just came up, look at all the Liverpool goals yesterday. You wouldn't see that type of football of Chelsea. Yet they're still first in the league. 2 weeks ago, they beat Juventus 4-0, and everyone was saying they're the best team on the planet. Like, come on, man. At the end of the day, you're talking about instant results as well. It doesn't get more instant than Thomas Tuchel coming in January and 6 months later winning the Champions League. Just appreciate what you guys have, Chelsea fans. And here's another thing, too. No one was expecting you guys, or maybe some people were, but no one was expecting you guys to be first in December.
Nope.
Chelsea are ahead of schedule, in my opinion. Super young team, very talented. City and Liverpool were supposed to be the two favorites coming into the year. You guys are in a really good place. Just enjoy the ride.
They absolutely are. A few people have just shared the word lineups. That Man United's lineup has come out. I don't know if that's true. Maybe we can check. Not yet. I don't know why someone said that, but it isn't out. No, I agree. And look, most Chelsea fans are happy, but there is a percentage that don't seem to be. And
is that true?
At every moment, how are you feeling, Joe? Are you happy with Chelsea?
Yeah, good position. I've always said I don't care how we win, just win.
There we go. Javern's happy. As long as Javern's happy, we're all happy in relation to that. This is an interesting comment here. This is from Harry that says, what is the obsession with top four? Fans and players want to look back and on trophy lifts. They will never recall top four. I think you're missing something, though. So I think you're missing.
Is that a Spurs fan, by the way? Is that why he's saying that?
I don't know who he supports.
Looks like a Gary Linton.
It might
looks
be.
like someone.
Harry, that's Paul.
But I want to say, I need to address this. That comment only makes sense if you never try to win the huge trophy that finishing in the top four qualifies you for. I celebrate being in the top four because it means my team has an opportunity to try and win a Champions League the following year. My frustration at my club is that we haven't built a team capable of winning it. So finishing in the top four is a qualifier to being able to win what you've spoke about, that lifting of that trophy. If you never finish in the top four, you never win the Champions League.
My fault.
You know,
he's a Derby fan. My fault.
and that's all I'm saying. Like, for me, I hear your point, but if you're a club that has no chance of winning the Champions League, I agree with you. Coming fifth and winning an FA Cup's better. But if you're a big club like an Arsenal, a Man United, a Chelsea, a Spurs, Liverpool, or City, with the money you spend, the ideals have got to be to try and win that Champions League. It is the pinnacle cup competition to win. It's what separates the elite and gargantuan clubs from everybody else. And you need one. You absolutely, on a European global scale, you need one.
Yep. And
you don't get it without top four. So you have to celebrate being in it. You know, it's the qualification of it. Do you know what I mean?
Not only that, but I think in the position that Arsenal are in right now, it shows progression.
100%. Yeah.
Not only to be able to, I guess, physically see that he's moved up the table and can sustain that, but also to be able to afford better players to
not even just afford them, to track them.
Yeah. So I understand that, you know, everyone loves lifting a trophy, but really and truly, I bet if you were to ask a lot of fans, most would say that they'd rather finish in the top four, you know.
For me too, the reason why I said top four is a priority for United this year is because we're after a new manager in the summer. And for me, it's again, the ambition. Like, the top managers want to manage in the top competition. That's the Champions League, right? No one is choosing the FA Cup winners over a top four team who has an amazing squad and can continue to build. You miss out on the top four if you're Man United. That's a year behind. Like, you're already a year behind everyone else. Yeah. So for me, they have to make the top four to maybe hire a Ten Hag or a Pochettino, because then they come in and they have a good base to work off.
Absolutely. There's a super chat here. I don't want to steal anyone's thunder. Max. Both Liverpool and Chelsea finished fourth the year before they won the Champions League. So if they didn't finish top four, they wouldn't have won the European trophies. Well, I actually think twice Liverpool have won the two times Liverpool have won the Champions League in the Prem era. They finished top four. They didn't win the league. So if they,
I think in 2005, actually, they didn't even finish top four.
Well, that was the year they won it, though.
Okay.
So, yeah. What I'm saying is that they qualified. So yeah, it's a massively important thing. However, where you're right, Harry, it shouldn't be looked at as the ceiling, the pinnacle. As long as we're getting that, we're fine. There should be the desires and ambition to go beyond it. And I think, again, that's a bit of cross purposes there. We have another super chat here from Nav, who says the only problem at Chelsea is Alonso. replacement and another striker in Jan. But that's just me because we only have one proper striker in Rom.
They're giving up on Werner already. That's crazy.
Yeah, Werner's linked with Man United, by the way.
Let's hope not. That's just rumors, guys.
Bro,
Come on, no, just
don't
transfer
do it.
rumors.
Don't
That's
do
CF
it.
Bayern. We already heard enough about that guy. I'm good.
Do you know what? Seeing Bayern's gone from everyone telling me in the summer 100% credible to now everyone's like he's a joker.
I don't know why you
We believe
this, bruv. I can't lie. Besides Terry, who's the only really
He's the only ITK we know.
I believe.
My
in.
ITK.
Get me. That's my ITK. Besides him, gone. Yeah. Besides that, I don't really know why you lot do all that, man. I can't like.
Bro, this is what's
if
happened
it
this
happens,
week.
innit?
This is what's happened this week. Every
In the know.
Every former or current RB Leipzig player, every current or former RB Leipzig player has been linked to Man United this week. No matter whether they're available. Look at Werner, Haidara, who else? Mukiele. Every single one of them is linked to United just because Ranić was there a few years ago. It's December, right? Give it a break. Rest. Ranić just got through the door yesterday.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, in just under 4 weeks' time, the Done Deal Show, all the transfer rumors back on the football terrace. Here we go. Right, in relation to this game, boys, what are we? Quick fire round coming. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, what we're sitting on now? We're on 300 odd likes. If we hit 750 likes while we're live, I will give you another clue for the football terrace secret phrase.
Right.
This clue is going to make you guess it. PlayStation 5, Boohoo Man limited edition hoodie, £100 cash, and a pair of Ronnie's football boots are all yours if you guess the secret phrase. Super chat. And the clue I'm going to give you is mad. Actually, I'm going to set the bar high because there's a lot of you watching. 900 likes while we're live. And if all of you hit the like button now, it's done easy. And I will give you this clue is going to give it away. It is so obvious when I give you this. So get those likes and shares in. But we're going to do score predictions now for the West Ham Chelsea game. What are you saying, boys? What's your score predictions going to be?
I got 1-0.
1-0.
1-0. I mean, it's Chelsea's favorite result. But yeah, I think Lukaku will get that goal. 1-0 Chelsea.
I think 2-0 Chelsea, man. I don't see West Ham scoring at all. And even their biggest threat from set pieces, Chelsea, with how many centre-backs they play with, and they've got height in that team. Nah, man. I don't see them doing it. 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chelsea. I'm going to go with 2-1. I think I might concede the goal. I think I might concede the goal against West Ham, probably from a corner. West Ham are potent from corners right now. I'm going to stick 2-1 in there. Viewers, what do you think? Actually, going to get some score predictions in from the viewers. First score prediction, actually, I've seen it there. Look, 2-1 Chelsea. From Queens there. A lot of 2-1s. I've seen a few 2-1s I've seen come through in the comment section. Keep them coming through, people. Let us know. But I'm going to go 2-1, and I'm going to put a little £5 stake on that. Chelsea to win 2-1, £45 return that gives you with Bet Victor. The link for that is in our description below now. Go and get that done at the end of the show. Remember, if you sign up to your new account, you get a £5 free bet. I'm sorry, you bet £5, you get a £30 free bet on top. On top of that, if you're an existing user and you've been topping up, go to the loyalty page and check out what special offers they've got for you as an existing customer over there. But that's locked in. That's done. As you can see, I'm locking it in. No cap, no nonsense there. That is done. That is in. That bet has been placed. We had some more super chats that came through here while we were talking. First one says, if you get into the Champions League, the players can buy. Players you can buy. If you don't qualify, you get like higher class of player. They're less than world class.
Exactly.
That guy came back with a fair and a good comment about Kane.
One here says, I have an important. Actually, do we boycott England and England fans going to Qatar? I saw last video today. I'm curious, actually.
Did you make a video today talking about England and England fans boycotting Qatar?
No, I didn't even hear about it.
You got the wrong channel, my brother.
Channel, bro.
No, not me.
Or maybe he saw a video on it earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
Stop putting money in our ops pocket, bro. What are you doing?
Modern fan site asked Kane, will he cherish the 6 times he finished in the top 4 rather? No, so mate, you're right on that point, and that marries into exactly what I've said. If your club doesn't have the ideals and doesn't buy the players and doesn't keep growing to be able to win the Champions League, you're right, it's pointless. But I want my club to be in with an opportunity to have it. If someone said to me, Terry, you can win 2 FA Cups or have a legitimate chance of winning the Champions League 6 times on the bounce, I'm going with legitimate chance of winning the Champions League. But you're spot on. Spurs, outside of 1 year, they've never really been in contention for it. So it's a nonsense in being their only money. You are right. I think we're looking at this from two different types of views. Man City missing out on the top four but winning an FA Cup is a poor season because they've got the ability to win it.
Yeah.
A team like Tottenham being in the Champions League is it's basically a chocolate teapot.
Yeah.
It's just pointless.
Just for the European nights.
It's pointless. Yeah, it's money. It's money. From a footballing sense, it's a waterproof tea bag. Do you know what I'm saying? I tell you what it is. It's so stupid. It's like having a parachute that opens automatically on impact. That is a good one. Inflatable darts board.
How many of these you got, bro?
Not many more. I'm all out on these. I'm all out on these ones. There we go. Do we have another super chat that came through?
No, on the journalist. I mean, you covered the French guy who exposed football. Oh, Molina.
Oh, he's saying that. I look at it this way. I won't be boycotting anything personally.
Makes sense.
I won't be boycotting anything. I don't do that. That's not generally barring Man United. I don't spend any money on them anymore. The reason I won't do that is because I'll hypocrisize myself, because I'm pretty sure that the Kuwait, the Qatar royal family have invested in businesses that I use, in commodities that I use. And it's like, imagine boycotting their country because of their behaviors, but then using products and things they help develop to make my life better. I'm not prepared. I haven't done the research. So it's a bit like the thing with the Saudi owners. Like, if you're against Newcastle's Saudi ownership, please don't use Starbucks, iPhones, or anything else like that again. I ain't got time. That's just not the way I operate.
Ralph Rangnick is in the house tonight.
Of course, he's at home, brother. He's at home, brother. He's there. He's there ready. He's there ready to cook.
We got 2 minutes, by the way, I think, until the line.
He's there. He's ready to cook. They're the odds on that. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the quick fire round. So get your super chats ready. We want to know what you've got to say. Member comments as well. We're going to put them up on the screen. Just updating a few bits and pieces here. So that's all. That's been updated. Quick fire round on the way. Let's do this. So, quick fire questions. I'm going to go to Adam with the first quick fire question for you tonight.
Hit me.
First quick fire question. Lionel Messi winning the Ballon d'Or, does that cement him as the GOAT forever for you?
No.
Clown.
Do I have to answer or like give a thoughtful answer?
Yeah, quick one.
Yeah, not really, because the Ballon d'Or, Lewandowski and Barella were robbed. So doesn't cement it. It's fakeries, bro.
It's been cemented. That's the correct answer here. It's been cemented. We've been there. We've done that. It's just a cherry on top.
Why have you said we? You're not a Messi. You don't support any clubs that Messi plays for. What do you mean
I support Leo Messi, the entity of Leo Messi.
You do not support players. You support your club.
I do, and then I also support the success of a certain Lionel Messi.
No, look, it's hard for me. Like, I asked a question. I don't believe in what was mad. I don't believe in player awards. I think they're a sham. I'm not necessarily saying he doesn't deserve it. It's like every year when the Ballon d'Or happens or award ceremonies, there's a player or two that they're outraged that didn't win and go, it's a fix. Like, well, if one's a fix, they're all a fix. So I just don't care. Like, my favorite is my favorite, and no amount of awards that Messi gets will make me think he's better number two.
Can't tell me nothing.
Unless Bruno wins Player of the Year this year, and then he's going to be shameless as hell about it.
Yeah, you're right. If Bruno wins it, then maybe I'll change my mind.
Brilliant award, credible journalists voted for it.
Maybe. Right. Get some of these comments. What have you guys put in as your quick fire rounds?
Lineup is up, by the way.
Right. I'm gonna speak about let me just refresh this. I'm gonna get this up. What we saying here? No, I still haven't got it on. What's the lineup, Lies? You tell us.
Manchester United's lineup today: David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Alex Telles, Fred McTominay, Rashford, Bruno, Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Pretty much what I predicted last night. Other than Dalot, I didn't know Dalot was injured. What about Arsenal? What are the Gooners gone with?
Arsenal's lineup today is not out.
No, I've got Arsenal's lineup here, actually. Arsenal have gone with Ramsdale in goal. Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tavares at the back. They've gone 4-4-2.
Wow.
Right? Smith Rowe on the left.
Gang.
Martinelli starts on the right tonight. Martinelli's there to cook. Partey and El Neni. Partey and El Neni in the middle. Odegaard playing number 10. Pierre, Emerick, Aubameyang up top. No Bukayo Saka in the house this evening for Arsenal. He ain't here. He hasn't arrived. He's not in the house to cook. He's not in the house to cook. Comment here says, I said before and I'll say it again, a clear backhand for Messi. It was one of 4. Salah, Lewandowski, J5 or Kante.
Casual opinion.
J5.
J5. You're casual, by the way. I'll tell you that right now, Nav. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it is legit. Wow. Martinelli, no Saka.
Are you talking about Martinelli? I'm looking at El Neni. That's the one for me.
But
Yeah.
Saka's injured, though, isn't he?
Saka is not fit for this game.
El Neni.
I can't lie. El Neni and Partey were the
Saka's on the bench. Saka's on the bench.
Okay. El Neni and Partey were the 2 that were actually starting last season at Old Trafford, and they dominated our midfield, completely dominated us.
But we can't do that again, bro.
I can't lie. I don't like that United lineup. I'm not a fan whatsoever.
Bloody Maguire and Lindo.
No. I expected Maguire to come back, and Dalot is not the problem I have. I think last week I told you I really liked the 11 because I thought the midfield was balanced. This week I'm not messing with McFred, man. Honestly, what are we saying?
Read that out, please, Lias.
Messi 1 goal from 30 shots in Liga, his worst career start yet. Win Ballon d'Or. Lias think. Thoughts on it. So vile, is it not, Leo? Leo has 64 goals. What? So we can only mention the goals from this year in Liga, but Leo will talk about the whole year.
Man.
Messi, most goals and assists. Listen, Copa America, Copa del Rey, best player on the planet.
I can win Copa America, bro.
Okay, I can win Bundesliga 9 years in a row too. But anyways, that United lineup is not filling me with much confidence.
Can't win it with bloody, what's it called? Dortmund.
Bet Victor is for the UK only. Unless you have a VPN, I'm just saying. I don't know. No, I don't know. We've got a new sponsor next week, actually, a VPN provider.
Come on.
I've heard some interesting things about VPNs. I had a little go today. I was able to watch American Netflix. There's much better shows. The Americans get a much better deal on Netflix, you know.
Yeah, man, we got a much better deal on everything. But let me not speak too much about that because they've got to come for me.
But not on everything. Not healthcare, mate.
Okay, everything entertainment-wise. Everything entertainment-wise.
Oh, I went there. I'm joking.
It's fine. I won't take it too offensive.
You know what I mean?
I live here now, by the way. I get the same healthcare as you.
There's a few. That's true. The NHS is amazing. Big up yourselves. There's a few other things we could say about the States. But
yeah, true. No comment, but
Bill
true.
here says, what do you think about Carrick and his press? This formation doesn't look like Carrick had discussions with Ralph. What are you laughing at?
What do you mean? What do you mean he didn't have discussion with Ralph? Like, I'm not sure Carrick was.
Young. He isn't. He's gone. This is it.
It's like Randy looked at his phone and saw the lineup and he just starts clenching his
that's
fist.
funny, man.
He didn't follow my instructions.
Yeah, he didn't have a discussion. He said, Ralph, what do I do, man? Let me know.
Yeah.
Please.
Ro here says that Lukaku is a GOAT. Salah did not have more Premier League goals than Lukaku. How is he the GOAT?
What?
I don't know.
Lukaku's been here since he was 18, brother. That's probably why he has more goals than.
Yeah, Jay here says Terry J5 is the 3rd best player in the world, right?
He's not in...
The thing is, though, this is what I'll say to you about your whole thing about you do realize, though, Leah, put the camera
I know what your
Put
point is. You can't say this is right and this is right. I agree with you. Player awards are a farce. I completely agree.
But if J5 coming 3rd is ridiculous and it's stupid,
correct,
then surely the whole award ceremony is stupid.
I just told you. I agree. I think player awards are.
So then player awards can't cement the GOAT.
I told you it was just the cherry on top. I said Messi has been the GOAT.
Oh, there's no cherry, bro.
There's no cherry if it tastes rotten.
Cherry don't exist.
Oh, the rotten. Oh my god.
Lias in the mud, in the mud.
Right.
Lias in the. No, I'm only messing. I'm only messing.
You want to catch me out so bad. I know you've been waiting to say that.
I'm just goated in this. Like no one beats me in debates. That's not true.
He takes both sides. Anyway,
loads of people do. Can someone explain to me why Bay and Lindelof defense setup that put a solid performance against Chelsea was broken? Damn it, Carrick. What the hell are you thinking? Bro, expect the same with Ragnar. Anybody that thinks that Maguire is not playing under Ralph, he's our best centre-back outside of Varane.
And he's captain,
and
bro.
He's captain. He'll play. Trust me, he'll look so much better under Ralph. And I just can't wait. I can't wait for the days to sit here and be like, I told y'all.
By the way, for a back 2 that played so well against Chelsea, how many shots did we concede?
Yeah, we conceded.
They weren't that good. I mean, like
we were leaking like a broken fridge.
And it's not just on those 2, but I mean, like you didn't play a great defensive game if you conceded that many shots.
No, we were so. I watched the game back when I got home. I can't believe how lucky we were. We were so lucky. Ro here says, Lukaku won Serie A and MVP. And with Chelsea, he will be the second best after Henry.
I can't lie.
Shut up.
Separated from that, I do think Lukaku, if you want to look at the Ballon d'Or thing, I think his ranking was extremely low. I do think he should have been ranked higher because of how good he was last season. And this is, again, me defending Messi where he finished. If we're going to completely ignore what has happened this season, Lukaku's end of 2021 was exceptional. For me, should have been in the top 10.
Man. I can't rate Ballon d'Or because
That's true. Yeah,
it doesn't take, not even because of all of the other stuff, and it doesn't take into account the other nuances of football, like the past before the past.
I think the thing with the Ballon d'Or is the biggest problem for me.
Midfielder to adjust their position to stop a goal.
For me, it doesn't include anything. And I think Terry said it really well on his last show. I think you were with Lee Gunner. You were saying the problem with the Ballon d'Or is there's no guideline on how to win it. There's no you have to accomplish this or the best player in this. Like it's PR. It's it's journalists voting based on their opinion. It's players judging off their opinion. It's all opinion based. It's not fact based. So
yes, it's literally the subjective awards.
Yeah,
which is why it doesn't change how I feel about my favorite player.
Correct.
I'm happy when my favorite player wins it because I'm happy for them.
You're right.
But it doesn't matter. Like I've said before, my favorite singer is my favorite singer, irrespective of who wins the Grammys. It doesn't. Lamar, love you, Lamar. 50-50. There's a comment here that says Salah has 108 goals in 171 appearances in the Prem. Lukaku 116 in 261. That's why, again, see, that's the thing when you look at totals, you have to look at those kind of things as well. Nav here with a super chat says, is Martinelli as good as we keep hearing? Why don't he play? Then he is lazy. Is he lazy in training or lack of motivation? What are you saying, Adam?
Don't forget he had an injury. Whoops. Raw.
I'm just doing that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm messing around.
Yeah, he had an injury, so he had to contend with that and come back from that. But yeah, I don't know really. Hopefully he can kick on. I think Bukayo Saka's done his thing, so that's probably taken his place. Arsenal been in a bit of turmoil in the last couple of seasons. I don't know if you heard, so yeah.
Super chat here from Ro that says Lukaku is the level of Benzema. You don't like it when people go for French players, do you?
No, French Algerian players.
French.
Benzema is French Algerian. No, we're not doing
earlier
that.
on. I said before.
Karim Benzema,
whatever shirt you wear at football level, that's what I call you.
Karim Benzema is not on the level of Lukaku.
No.
What do you say?
I said Terry the Colin.
Look at the typical Brit telling people who they're from.
No,
Benzema
in sports, not nationality.
Listen,
sport.
Benzema, regardless of where he's from me,
has he ever won a trophy for Algeria?
Doesn't matter. It's relevant to me. I've never won a trophy for America, but it doesn't mean. Anyways,
what's your passport say?
Canadian, actually.
You got a Canadian passport?
Born in Canada.
Oh, someone said that the other day. They kept asking if you were Canadian.
Yeah, born in Canada, lived in the US. Whole family is Algerian.
So you're basically Welsh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Like I always, on a real level, I always say to people, like, whatever you say you are, like, that's cool. Like, I got a friend of mine, born and bred in the UK, considers himself Nigerian, and then he asked me once, like, "Are you offended by that?" I was like, "Nah, bro, it's you, innit?" Like,
yeah,
it doesn't bother me. Do you know what I mean? One of them ones. But yeah,
this is
why is the level of Benzema?
No, Benzema
anyway,
is clear of Lukaku. Benzema is clear of Lukaku. Benzema is clear for me of even Harry Kane. I think Lewandowski is the only striker above him. And to say that he's not on the level of Salah, Benzema is more comparable to Salah than Lukaku is. Lukaku should not be in this discussion. Amazing striker, but we're talking about levels here.
Is that because he does propaganda videos that show you everything?
No, it's because he has one less goal assist than Salah this season, and that's incredible. But because he plays in La Liga, no one talks about it. Amazing player, Karim Benzema.
So
there we go.
We're not applying a tax to that.
No, we're not.
No tax to La Liga.
No, no, we're not putting.
Is there tax?
We're not putting tax on the fourth highest Champions League goal scorer of all time. If that's your question,
is there tax on League 1, the Uber Eats league?
I mean, yeah, I would say there's more tax on that, but La Liga does not deserve tax. Come on.
Speaking of Uber Eats, what we eating?
Big man ting, bro.
What we eating
I'm
tonight?
hungry, G.
We're going to do that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen,
hungry,
I appreciate you all tuning in this evening and having your say with us, all the super chatters, all of the new members, all of the subscribers. We're back live at the end of Man United versus Arsenal for a full live match reaction, phone-in show as well. So we're going to be taking your calls right here. Thank you again to Bet Victor for making this possible. Please sign up to your free account right now. Always gamble responsibly, though, and gamble what you can afford to lose. Have a little bit of fun with it and no more. Until next time, people, take care of yourselves. Goodbye